Hello students, hope you all are in good health along with your parents. It's raining outside. So what do you think all regarding this rainy season? I know sitting at home and enjoying the rain, sitting at the windows or sitting just at your house, it is not feeling well, I suppose, but I think so you have to enjoy the rain by seeing it or by looking at it from inside. Even I do the same along with my kid. So it's really, I feel very bad, but you have one more thing, you can go in your upstairs and you can enjoy your rain along with, but be careful that after having or enjoying the rain, you just have to take care of your health along with that. So getting wet into the rain or playing into the rain will not go. Along with that, take care of your health, and let us begin with our session now. So we have already completed the 5 lessons, but the last portion of our 5th lesson was still left. So we'll just complete that today, and let us start. Students, today we are going to learn a gradient tool. So let us open a gradient tool first. So in our tool palette, just go to the paint bucket, click on the paint bucket. As we click on the paint bucket, we have two options. From that, we'll choose the gradient tool. As the gradient tool is open on our screen, let us open the file first. So now I have opened a file with the unlisted name. I'll just drag it down and make it a big section for it. Now in the gradient tool, we have options. The first one is linear, radial, angular, reflection and diagonal. These 4 are the different types of gradients present. Now let us start with the linear. Now once I have started, I have selected a black color. I'll keep my left mouse button on the screen and drag it down. See, this is the way we are going to do it, the linear, from left mouse corner. Even you can do it from right or bottom, any 2 corners. Now see, I have done it from bottom down to the up. So this is the way we are going to do it for the linear. Now I'll show you for the radio. See, from the radio, I have selected it from center to the corner. See, there you can see a shadow of it, like how it is there in our spaceship or something. So that way we can see it. Now the next one is angular. Angular is nothing but the 3D effect you can give. See here, you can see a 3D effect has been visible on our screen. It goes from the angular way, it goes from right hand side to the left hand side, and it makes a circle around it. Can you see the changes into it? This is the last one, diagonal. Already you know diagonal, how it works on our screen. You might have tried in many other things, in many other paints also. Now see, I'll show you the diagonal way which I want. I'm dragging it from down to up. See, this way is a diagonal one. One more you can do diagonal one. It is from center to the left corner, or you can say right hand side corner. So how you can see, I can give you a 3D effect to it. Like suppose it is a tunnel, and you can see that tunnel like thing into our picture. So now I want to change the layer from the boxes, or we can say I can change the pattern. I have used the black, so I'll go and click on the gradient effect box. Now here I can set any of the pattern whichever I like from the screen. So as I'll select and go and click on OK, the same pattern will be visible on my screen. Workspace area. Now suppose I want to create a new pattern. So how to create a new pattern? Just click on the box of the preset, then choose the color from the boxes. As you click on the append, the many other colors will appear on the screen. Now thumbnails. When I'll go and click on the preset arrow, you can see there are thumbnails over there. So I can make the thumbnails as per my small, big, large. The same way I can set it into my screen. Now let us go for the color efficiency. Now here I have selected, at the bottom you can see left hand side shows the black color, even right hand shows the white color. So if I'll go and increase, that will show me the increment of the colors. Now I have chosen you the red color. Suppose I change the red color and the white color to be changed as blue. Now I want more red color, or I can say I want blue more color. So by dragging it, I can change the color. Increment, and the center one, it shows the mixture of that color in between. See, I can choose any color from it, and I can give the mixture of both the colors, that is white becoming gray to the black, or black becoming gray towards white. So that can be seen by dragging it on the box. So now the upside you have two options that shows us the transparency. The transparency will depend on us. As we drag it, click on that, see downside opacity is there, that will change. That will change as we change it. As we are doing changes in our colors, the same way we can do the changes in our transparency also. If I want to add a new color into it, I'll just go and click on the box, I'll add the color, and even I can drag it into it. See, one more color if I want, I'll just go and click on that. Once I'll go and click on that, I can choose the color whichever I want. Now I want to delete it. I just went and I said click there, and I have deleted that color. So this way I can add into the color and I can change the color pattern. So I just want to save that. So I'll go in the name title, I'll change the name, and I'll just say new. Once I'll say new, the same pattern will be visible in our gradient editor list. Now if I want to save it in my file, I can save it in my file also, that is into my computers. So noise means what? Roughness. So what is that roughness means? Roughness means we are adding different colors or new colors into the same pattern. So suppose it is the same pattern, or if I want to add a new pattern, I can add into the colors. Now color model you know RGB and different models are there. In that you can choose the model according to you and just say randomize it. Randomize it means what? You can choose the random colors from it, change the color of change the name of the or you can give the title or name for the same and click on new. As we have clicked on new, now suppose this is the color pattern I want. So I have choose through the random, I said okay. Now the same pattern I wanted on my screen. So see, this way I have dragged it from the left hand side corner to the right hand side. See how it looks so beautiful. Look at the colors. And it looks so beautiful, isn't it? The pattern, the shades. Students, I want you to try it by your own now. This way we have done with the gradients of our into our Photoshop CS3. Even the mode of our photo gradient tool, we can change it. I hope students you understood. I just want you to do it by your own. Now students, let me repeat again how to add the gradient tool to our Photoshop. So how to add it in our Photoshop? Yes, we have to add it through these steps. So this is the flowchart for the same. So go to the tool palette. In that tool palette, just go and click on the paint bucket. After the paint bucket, just go and click on the gradient tool. as we choose the gradient tool, we are getting different options. So what are those options? Linear, radio, angular, reflection and diagonal. These 5 options we are getting. Now choose any of the option. As you choose the option, with the help of a mouse, drag the mouse from one point to the other point. So we'll choose the point, either it is left hand side, right hand side, anywhere you can choose it on the workspace area of the Photoshop, then drag it down. The same pattern will be visible on our workspace of the Photoshop CS3. Understood, students, how to use a gradient tool and what are the steps for the same? Now students, we are going to go for the next one. It is paint bucket tool. Now as we saw that in tool palette, in paint bucket we had two options, that is gradient and paint bucket tool. So now let us do for the paint bucket tool. So for that purpose, I'll just click a new file I want to create. I'll create a new file for the same. Now let us give it as a untitled one. Now see, already I have completed an untitled file. I have opened it. Now let me select the paint bucket tool. I'll just select the paint bucket tool. Once I selected the paint bucket tool, I have so many options in my context menu. Now let us go for the each option I'll be going it. So now for the mode, I have selected the normal mode. Now we have different options in that. I'll just create a normal mode and I have drawn a rectangular into it. Now I want to show in that rectangular with a different color. I want different background color and different foreground color. Now suppose I want a foreground color. So for that foreground color, I have selected a black color. So how to put that black color into this section? So I have to click on Alt plus backspace. So what I'll use? Alt plus backspace for foreground. Whereas for I want to give a background color, I'll select Control plus backspace. Control plus backspace will give me the background color into my shape. Whereas foreground color, Alt plus backspace. Now here is my foreground and background. You can see here foreground and background down. Now once I have selected the foreground color, I can choose the color whichever I want. The same goes for the background also. Once I selected the background, whichever color I want for the background, I will get that color into my background. So this is the way I can insert the shapes into my workspace, and I can add on to the background color and foreground color. Now I'll close this. Now let us move further for the bucket tool. What all things are there in this bucket tool? Now this is the picture. Actually this picture, I love this picture a lot. So I chose this picture accordingly. So now in this picture, I just wanted to show you a different variations of, or we can say variations of the pictures. I can turn it down. So in that, I'll choose the paint bucket tool. In that paint bucket tool, in the context menu, I have different things. So I'll go to the normal mode first of all. I can choose the soft mode also. There are different modes are there by which I can do the changes into my picture. So once I have selected, opacity is there, tolerance, and then anti-alias, contiguous and all layers. Now I'll show you both the ways. What are the different ways? Now I'll select the color for the painting. I'll put it onto it. Now upside, see upside, I have selected the anti-alias and contiguous, both the things together. So my color whichever I chose, I have selected it, the red color. So you can, once I put that onto the flowers with the help of my mouse, or with the help of my mouse if I am selecting the flowers, it will go. Now I have selected only anti-alias. So what is that anti-alias? Anti-alias means all the purple color flowers will get selected and the color will change of it. Now once I have selected anti-alias along with the contiguous, what will happen? The purple color flowers which are continuously, or we can say which are connected to each other, will change. Now see here, once I have selected this bunch, whole bunch is connected, so it will get changed. Now here I have selected here the bunches I have changed. Now I want only anti-alias. Anti-alias means what? Once I have selected the purple color, there I have want to change the color, then whatever the purple color is there present on that screen will change into the red color. Now tolerance. Now if I want to choose the tolerance, what I'll do, I'll click on that box tolerance, and I'll, with the help of my mouse, I'll drag it to the right hand side, the tolerance will increase. If I'll go and click on the left hand side, the tolerance will decrease. Now I don't want that much tolerance, so I have kept it lower tolerance for my picture. So understood how to put the tolerance, and even though you know how to zoom in and zoom out. On this scale, you have to put it to the maximum or minimum to it. Now let us go for the mode. Now I have selected the soft light mode. Soft light mode means what? Whichever color I have chosen, it will just change into the soft colors. So I have already selected the red color. Now let me try something else. Overlay, and I'll put it. So it became little bit pinkish. Now let me select lighten. The colors that we have selected, that is red color, which will become lighten. It will just make the light color flowers. Now darker. See, it has become the color burn. You can see the changes. I just want you to try all the modes for the picture which you selected. See here, I am showing you different modes which are present in our Photoshop CS3. So see here, I have chosen at a time, I can choose different. I have changed the opacity to 53%. Now few flowers I want soften, few I want burn, and few I want different. So that way I can do the changes into my flowers. I can change the color of it, and I can give it a show. Or different varieties are there which I can do it of the same flower. Now see, I'll just show you one more thing, foreground and background pattern. So now patterns. So which all patterns I can choose? The patterns we have already studied. Now from that pattern, I suppose I have chosen the bubbles. Now I want the bubbles for the same. For that I have increased the opacity, and I have put that bubbles on the flowers. Or if I choose the fire, once I select it, 2-3 times if I'll go and click on the same, that flower will change into that pattern. It will become from lighten to the darken section. So this way you have to try it on your own pictures. Whichever picture you choose it, you can do all the changes accordingly, whichever we have seen today, and try it on by your own. Understood, students? Now students, you have to choose any picture, and using that picture apply the gradient tool and the paint tool and save it in your PCs. Now again, the saved pictures means you have to send me the original picture, then the gradient picture, and the third one is the paint bucket tool picture. So 3 different pictures, images, you are going to send it to me. So whenever you are sending this assignment to me, just note down the students, you have to do it properly, and then you have to mail it to me. Don't forget students, you have to send the JPG only files to me. Which files you will send? You will send me JPG file. Don't forget that file images. I am going to check it down and then accordingly your present will be marked. Students, hope you understood the lessons properly. If any doubts are there, just send me a mail regarding any doubts. I'll clear all your doubts in our next session. So here we have completed with our 5th lesson. Accordingly, finally, the next lesson is according same lesson. We are going to continue for the next few more points we are going to learn in the Photoshop CS3. That's it for the day. Have a good day ahead.